power, 2 wide, 3 ride. Reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Oh, yeah, boys, let's go racing.
To the Dodges this week, as you watch from Dale Jr.
You know, a Dodge hadn't won this race since, I don't know, back in the 70s. Richard Petty was the last one to win here in a Dodge.
But for Ward Burton in 2002, you're right. Dodge had a big string of success here, but it was a long drought until Ward Burton went to victory lane.
Riding with Michael Waltrip right here in the 55 car right now. Michael in the 14th position. That's about where he started. This is a backup car after the infraction in qualifying, and he got very little practice. Had to race his way in the dual race, sitting up there holding his own right now with that Toyota.
Is really good balance-wise. Not talking about what kind of adjustments, but a lot of guys are talking about if we get a caution from 0 to 15 laps into a run, teams are talking about the 2-tire scenario, but they've got to be very careful.
Trouble.
Trouble.
Back straight away. One car sliding toward the wall and stops short.
Boris said the 60 car had to race his way in.
Nothing. In the grass in the back straightaway. You all right, Boris?
Caution will wave.
Are at present Harvick in third, and Clint Boyer made a move up to fifth. He was sixth last time by the start-finish line. Harvick won the 300-mile preliminary, the Busch Series race here yesterday.
You know, Mike, one thing about the Tony Stewart's cars, chassis number 70, that's their 4th of July car. Now, normally a team will bring a car here for the 4th of July race, 100 degrees, track hot, slick, sliding around with a lot of downforce built into it. I just wonder, Larry, if they brought that car here because they knew they had a tire situation here that was a little different than they've had in the past, and they wanted a little bit more downforce built into it. Well, their tape is like a wake-up call to these race cars because it cuts that airflow down into the radiator, picks up speed.
And he looks like he has found a place because what he did, he fell to the back of this pack. So right now he'll be back in 20th position. 2 laps ago, he was up there in 4th in the 8 car.
Sometime, Larry, and you know, with the fresh tires, low air pressure, things, cars don't drive real good for a lap or two.
And Darrell, I got to believe part of that, of course, as we've heard, what everybody's experiencing is the car's not turning. So it's almost like these teams and crew chiefs are working to continue to free the cars up. They could especially be too free or loose at the beginning of a run.
Uh-oh, there goes Tony. Oh, my goodness.
Crash in turn 4.
Man,
and there in the midst of it sits Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch, the 2 leaders.
I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe Tony got a little loose all at once.
And look at that 99 car, Carl Edwards to the inside. Remember, he had to restart after the last caution at the tail end of this field. There he is up in the top 5.
Yeah, he shuffled the Mark out, got a nose under him. Mark gave him some room, and there they go.
There's Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car.
Hard
Here we go.
Tony Raines with him, Denny Hamlin.
That was inevitable. It had to happen. You can't be this late in the race, be bunched up like that and not have trouble. Holy cow, did you see that shot? Snapped his head around. Thank goodness for those big headrests.
Caution is out for the 3rd time today.
Hamlin, he got damage, as we saw. Oh, there he starts way back up in there. He gets loose coming off. That's got to be a flat tire. Man, he hit that outside wall a ton.
And just nowhere for all these guys to go. There you see, they just started stacking up on the inside.
And where Johnson hit the wall was after where the safer barrier in turn 2 ends. So he hit the concrete and bounced right out into traffic. Let's ride with Jimmy.
Right in the middle of it.
Oh,
nowhere for these guys to go.
That makes.
Excuse me, that's David Ruderman. Here's David Ruderman.
Go.
Wish I could.
First replay was from Tony Rain's car. Now let's ride in the low Chevy.
No, I don't think that tire went down. I never heard anything. I think he just got loose.
Crash, guys, we got big loose. Got up the wall. You all right, Jimmy?
The other night, what's that slime?
Smoke.
Oh, it's water. Somebody's hot. Tony Stewart the other night put a crossover move behind Kyle Busch, got him loose, and made the pass.
That overflow Reed Sorensen
There
overheated.
he goes. He got him up.
He got him loose, though. Kyle Busch got Mark Martin loose, but he stayed in the throttle. It got back to the bottom of the racetrack.
You know why? You know why Kyle Busch did that? Because it's Mark Martin. He didn't try to push he didn't push the issue.
Behind them, they are 4 abreast.
6 laps to go.
Another ex-teammate of Mark Martin, Jeff Burton.
He's surrounded by ex-teammates other than the guy in the 5.
Kyle Busch. Jeff Burton walked up the racetrack, got on the side of Greg Biffle in the 16. Now he's going to lose all these positions.
Right now, 4 wide, back 3
the
wide,
17. The 17 is going to be in trouble. He saved it.
They are 4 wide through the trial with 5 to go.
Tires are smoking, sheet metal dragging, and we're still racing.
But you got to stay in that throttle now.
Look at the dent on the front of Stremmy's car there, the silver car. Tire smoke from the 17. Nobody's going to lift now. There's just 4.5 laps to go in the Daytona 500.
What do you think? Oh, there's a car in trouble.
Jamie McMurray, the 26 car, bounces off the outside wall.
And around they go.
Ricky Rudd, the 88 car. Caution will be out.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Crunched.
We will have stock car racing's version of overtime. This race is scheduled for 200 laps. But if we complete 200 laps under caution, we will go to overtime. We'll explain that in a minute. First, let's look at what happened.
I think.
Watch the right side of your screen. McMurray up high.
I think he may have got a little shove from behind. I'm not sure. It looked like that's Kenseth in the 17.
And they just started stacking up from there.
Yeah, the 88 car looked like Rudd just kind of ran in the back of the 26 of McMurray, and boy, from there on, it was on.
But suddenly, he's 20 miles an hour slower than everybody else. And here they come.
All you can do is drive and hope that a hole opens up. There's no stopping. You drive it to the bitter end.
There's nothing a spotter can do for you there.
No, you just got to drive through it.
Ricky Rudd's view.
Now let's the hit he gets from behind.
Still single file.
White flag, 1 lap to go.
Coming to the white, man. Coming to the white. Single file behind you. 5,
Front
16,
4,
38.
single file.
Here they go. They got to go. They got to get Mark. They got to move him somehow.
He gets back to that yellow line right around the bottom, all the way through turn 1 and 2.
Mark Martin is driving the race of his life, and there's nobody that's better at holding people off at Daytona.
And Kyle Busch lagged back a little bit. Is he going to get help? Is he going to come? He's
Still
looking.
back behind you.
He almost squeezed Harvick into the wall, and here comes Harvick, the 29, with Matt Kenseth.
Oh, Mark got loose. Mark got loose.
And Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line.
Big crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Harvick. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
We got one car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Boyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked.
And they are...
Goodness. That's terrifying.
Sterling Marlin, the 14 car, was spinning down pit road, actually hit the pit wall.
Until now, 1976 and 79 were the wildest Daytona 500 finishes ever. The Coca-Cola 600 is underway.
by 1.5.
That's Chris Lambert, Denny Hamlin spotter. Monterrey, Mexico's Daniel Suarez restarted 8th. He's first.
Well, Kyle Busch is holding tough on the outside. Oh, he's loose into the wall. He's around. And it's like he swerved just a little more throttle trying to hang on his outside. That thing got loose and away it went.
And the crowd goes wild when they see the 18 go around.
The battle for 10th place, Hamlin and Byron. At the end of the stage, it is Hamlin that picks up the final stage point. 26th, and Bubba Wallace down the front straightaway. From 4th place, slides almost to a halt. And caution is out again. Toe link in the rear, perhaps?
It just
looked
like
it was a bent toe link at California earlier in the year. A lot of blocking on the bottom. Reddick tried to get underneath Suarez, and Blaney's around again.
And he gets nailed by the 11. And it's the big one in turn 2.
I was just about to say, look at the 12th car, already back in the game from his spin earlier, causing the caution. I hear you, buddy. Man, he was just getting back into it. Oh, Suarez!
Briscoe got into the back of Suarez, and he gets pounded.
Dang it.
oh, Buscher's upside down.
I think he hooked a drain.
In my mirror, and I'm just trying to give you a little bit of dirty air. I don't want you to get to my left rear quarter panel though and pull it back. I like it. I moved down just a little bit, trying to take a little bit of that air away from you.
2 laps to go.
Here he comes again.
Not clear, and around he goes. And the caution waves.
Hey, I don't think Kyle Larson wanted to see that either.
Absolutely not.
That was Chase for tires.
Look out, here it is.
He's there on Kyle Larson. Austin Dillon bobbles just a little bit.
Oh, now he's on the outside. Chastain's got him.
4 wide.
Oh, they're wrecking. Unbelievable. Did the caution come out?
They get the
Yes.
white.
No.
Caution before the white.
Caution. We will line up and do it again.
Oh my gosh. Now 3 wide on the bottom, shoots to the bottom on the 4 tires, goes for broke. Larson didn't seem coming, but when Larson didn't get up in front of Chastain, that's when I think all the trouble happened. I still thought Larson was okay, Jamie, if he would have got up in front.
Kyle Busch and Harvick, Stenhouse and Truex.
Look at the damage on Chastain on the outside. Harvick knows he's going to get to them. Here comes Kyle Busch to the outside. What a move.
Kyle Busch trying to steal another one. Teammates. Busch and Hamlin. Stenhouse to the bottom. Harvick up top.
Hold strong. Cannot let him up.
Coming to the white flag.
White flag, no help, either one direction.
Next flag ends the race.
Man, Denny drove it off in there. Same thing, just like early in the race. Kyle Busch gets loose on the outside. Power move by Denny Hamlin.
He's got no help by 2.
The longest and one of the most exciting Coca-Cola 600s ever comes down to the final corner. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing, and they come to the line. Hamlin wins by 2 car lengths. Welcome back to Darlington Raceway. Heavy cloud cover, but no rain in sight. That's the good news as we're set to go 400 miles. Budweiser, official beer of NASCAR and proud sponsor of the Bud Pole Award. The fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Winston Cup race honors Elliott Sadler. After the green flag, everybody's fought for the bottom of the racetrack Probably won't be the case here.
No, here you're just going to see a lot of fighting. They're going to be fighting for any space they can find because there's just not enough room on this joint for 43 cars. That's the hard thing, Mike. You practice kind of out there alone all the time. All of a sudden you start racing with people and somebody's right up alongside of you. You say, you can't do that.
How would you like to have been in this race when they started 85 or 90 cars back in the 50s?
Well, according to some folks, I was. But I just want to set it straight that I wasn't.
Michael Waltrip went to the back of the field because his car was damaged heavily in practice, had to go to a backup car. Kurt Busch, a backup engine.
Yeah, Michael Waltrip crashed with about 10 minutes to go in practice. Here's our race analysis. 43 cars. No one had to go home. Only 43 cars here. 293 laps, 400 miles. Tires. There's our key graphic right there. You heard Matt Yoakum talking about that. The strategy is every time the yellow flag comes out, you come to pit road for 4 tires. There's no 2-tire changes here. This place is like a piece of 80 grit sandpaper, just eats the tires up.
Field in turn 3, like Atlanta last week, this track was reconfigured. That press box sat in what used to be turn 1, but Highway 151 right behind the track, limited expansion, so they rebuilt the backstretch into the front stretch, and so now the small end of the track is now turns 3 and 4. The big turn is turns 1 and 2. St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Instead of wearing of the green here, Darrell, we're going to be waving of the green.
Okay, old Waltrip, just reach up there. As I tell you, pull those belts tight.
All right. Oh, boogity, oh, boogity, oh, boogity. Let's go racing, oh, boys.
There you heard Mike Joy talking about it, the high line. Ryan Newman in the 12 car. He gets a jump on Elliott Sadler through 1 and 2 and pulls him down the backstretch.
Yeah, Ryan just had to right. He was up there on the outside. That's where you want to be going into turn 1, and it paid off. But here comes Elliott charging back on the inside. Got that Yates horsepower wound up, and he's going for the lead. Right there, folks, is where you got to let up. The guy on the outside has got to let the guy on the inside go, or you'll wreck. You can't go through there too wide.
The good up in those tires way too early.
Jerry Nadeau coming hard in that black Army Pontiac at the bottom of your screen. Took second from Newman, and now he sets sail on the leader.
You don't see many people drive by Ryan Newman, no. I can tell you. Nadeau's pumped, and that Pontiac looks good this weekend. This is the best we've seen a Pontiac run so far this year.
Only one top 10 finish for a Pontiac in the first 4 races.
Jeff Gordon drops under Jimmy Spencer, who may have brushed the wall at turn 1.
And you see Sterling was right there, and because Jimmy got in trouble, Sterling.
The 12 of Ryan Newman, and trouble Jerry Nadeau. The second place car spins.
And he'll probably, he gets it turned back around, because if he hadn't, he'd have went to the bottom of the racetrack. The caution is out.
Did he make contact?
I don't think so, Darrell.
Matt Kenseth spins coming off turn 2. I think he might have got tagged from behind trying to slow up.
That can happen so easily off that corner over there. You come through 1 and 2 wide open, and somebody lets up in front of you. You can't help but get in the back of them. That left side down on the apron, when that car starts up the racetrack, most of the time you catch it with the throttle. And he probably gasped it a little too quick, and the back end jumped out.
Spencer going after.
Oh, here we go. Trouble on the front.
Jack Sprague in the 0 car.
Straighten it up. Keeps it out of harm's way.
Caution is out again.
Man, everybody's running into each other. There's been about 2 or 3 wrecks down this front straightaway.
The leader's going into turn 3. He's trying to get it going here and stay on the lead lap, and he will. Johnson, the 48, he was all the way down on the apron in turn 2, and that was kind of a gutsy move this early in the race. And there it is. He's in trouble.
Yeah. He just got into Sterling, and Sterling got into the wall, I believe.
Sterling's left front fender is killed as well.
This track.
Oh, there, Sterling's in the wall. Turn 1.
Hard.
Bobby Labonte's in trouble. The 18 car.
18 cars wrecking.
How's your car, buddy?
29 cars spun.
74's in it, and Sprague and Harvick are there.
Caution is out. I mean, I think that was a product from what happened all the way over here on the front stretch.
That started off at turn 2.
Yeah, started over there.
Got everybody wadded up there behind them, and they just know where to go.
Trying to pass the leader of that group is Mark Martin. Steve Burns in his pit.
Mark Martin started 27th, already inside the top 10. The ironic part of that is crew chief Ben Leslie saying this morning that they were much better on the long runs, and the 99 has a problem.
Coming out of turn 2, he got into the wall, but now a lot of smoke, and I think Tony Stewart might have got into him after he had trouble.
Yeah, they were they were racing over there. I know he got into the wall. I'm not sure if anything else happened. I think it's tire smoke.
I think the damage from the left rear, Darrell, is from Tony Stewart. But that car is in no hurry to get back to the garage.
And the caution is out now. Caution is out now. He could not get to pit road because he was trapped on the high side of the racetrack through 3 and 4.
Roush Racing plagued with several weeks of engine failures for a variety of reasons. And a lot of smoke here from Jeff Burton's car.
Yeah, I got to believe it's tires because, I mean, he got up in the outside wall over there off the 2 real hard.
End is skating, and at one point he said the front end, the tires were chattering.
Yeah, Steve, and he's in trouble right there with Ward Burton in the 22 car.
Turn 1.
Company outside.
Caution is out.
That group of cars right there just kind of been Newman's been holding.
Jerry Nadeau running in 3rd. Does he have a tire rub on the right front?
Seeing a little bit of smoke.
Looks like a little haze over there. He could have brought. Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, big time.
Matt?
And that's exactly what he asked on the radio, and his team told him that the right front tire was rubbing.
And that would really that's a serious rub. I don't think I'd sit out there very long with that.
I'm not sure that he got into anybody.
It doesn't appear to have a lot of damage. That might be minor damage, but he can't stay out there with that tire rubbing like that.
The tires coming outside. That's what they said. They said no oil was on their windshield. One outside.
They checked with one of the cars that was behind Nadeau.
Yeah.
Wasn't oil smoke. They said no.
I don't see any damage on the car whatsoever.
No damage, so we're rubbing because of something else.
Yeah, we've been told that NASCAR is going to put the black flag out for him, so he's going to have to come to pit road. That's going to cost him probably close to 2 laps.
And what a shame. I mean, he's off to the start he had there, and he spun out, and he recovered, and he's running in the top 2 or 3.
Guys, I don't think it's tire.
I don't think it is either. Now, I did it initially, but it's got to be an oil leak.
I mean, this is the kind of luck these guys have had all year long.
Pressure, water's 200, oil's 230. I'm smoking like hell now.
Yeah, that's not a tire rub now. It's coming out of both fenders.
Where you got to have a little of that high bank slide around attitude. Oh, Gordon's in the wall. Gordon's in the wall, and Kenny Wallace got into the back of him.
No caution.
Well, we're going to stay green. 10 laps to go. The right front gone on Gordon's car. 10 to go. And Darrell, looking at this lead pack, how about Ricky Craven and Dave Blaney in 2nd and 3rd? First, let's see Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, he gets into turn 3 here. Car goes up the hill, up the hill. Looks like she just doesn't want to turn, and bam, right in the wall it goes, and that's just no grip. Lack of grip.
Almost collected Kenny Wallace.
Kenny Wallace down. He's going to make it down. He's going to get down under him. That's not the way to do it. I don't know. Come on, baby. Come on.
Side by side. 2 laps to go. Somebody's got to give. Getting into turn 1.
Nobody. And in the wall goes Busch.
That was not a very good idea.
Look, the crossover move. He got into it.
Come on, clear. Good job, man. Hang in there.
And here comes Blaney. Blaney is now the best car on the track.
Oh, baby. I'm telling you, Kurt Busch is not going to give up the win.
No, he's not. They'll be coming to the white flag this time. Ricky Craven's not going to give up either.
Come on, Ricky.
He gets that run on the high side right there. Kurt Busch looks like he's struggling with his race car.
Here he comes. Here we go again. He's going to wait on him. He's going to put the crossover on it. He realized that wasn't a good move that last time.
White flag.
Here he goes. He's going to try to slide under him here. Come on, baby.
And Blaney's coming.
Both these cars are driving terrible right now. Not a lap to go.
Nah, they're driving good. Come on, baby. You can do it on this end of the speedway. Come off the 4 and get up alongside of him.
Half a mile to go.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Who's going to get off?
Here he comes. Here he comes. He's got him this time.
It's going to be a drag race. Wow. They touch. They touch.
Craven got him. Craven got him.
Craven got him.
And
Craven. All right. What a finish.
Have you ever?
No, I've never.
Wow.
What a finish.
That is one happy group right there.
That's one great race. I'm going to tell you, it's the goodest race I've ever seen at Darlington.
Scott Miller gets his first win as a crew chief.
Pontiac gets a win. Kyle Wells' engine program gets a win.
First year for that engine program.
And for the 5th time in Darlington history, a race is settled with a last lap pass. We didn't have a last lap pass for the win last year. That's the end of that.
Good stretch. That's about as close as it'll get right there.
And this right here, I don't know what kept them from both wadding them up down here in turn 1, but bam, oh boy, Craven really shot out into him.
It is amazing they didn't wreck after they crossed the start-finish line.
Darrell, if instead of Busch coming down into Craven, if he stays straight, does he beat Craven?
I don't think he had any choice, Mike, because Craven came off the bottom and really slammed into him. I think they got hooked together and couldn't get apart.
Look at Craven in there. Look at him fighting that steering wheel.
And it's a good thing that Pontiac's got the kick out on the nose.
Yeah, that was the difference.
He wouldn't have won.
Look at how close this finish is. Right there. Wow.
Oh, baby.
And I'm going to tell you what, they didn't even need seats in these grandstands because nobody was sitting down.
And nobody's leaving. Look at this, right to the line. How close can you get it?
But now, what's really, when they get on down here, I mean, I thought they were both going to wad him up and they'd have to take him to victory circle on the rollback.
Steve Burns with the runner-up.
All right, thanks, Mike. It's corner.
I had to get a lead. The power steering went away, and I've never felt a heavier car in the world. We dug and dug and dug, and like 10 to go, it finally just gave up altogether. And the car was so tight I couldn't hang on. And, you know, it was an awesome race. I didn't give him room in 1, and he didn't give me room out of 4. It's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, this was some hard-fought racing.
Kurt wheels off it today. The crew is cheering him as they should be. What a run. Oh, here we go. Everybody gets wet.
The pace car is in. Here they come to the flag. The Advent Health 400 is underway.
Already a great push from the back of Kyle Larson.
Oh, shuts him off.
And that's what you have to be aggressive, right? Denny Hamlin is going to win the first stage here. Man. Both of them have to check up.
And look who is. Whoa, 4 wide. Here we go. 5 wide. Whoa.
You saw Ross Chastain go up the racetrack, and those cars get almost locked together, and now they're 5.
2 cars still up at the wall in a 3-car pileup in the middle of 1 and 2.
Austin Hill with damage, and it's Corey LaJoie on that outside up against the wall.
And that will be the first caution of the day other than the stage breaks, and makes a short day for the 7-time champion.
Well, that's going to take care of all that conversation.
Just try to get it back rolling here for the leader. Gets there. Leader is turn 4.
Kyle was 5th when he went around. Wow! Under green. Buescher, Larson trying to close. Truex trying to get up to the leader.
Well,
how does he make the block, Kevin?
Kyle Larson is going to get there one more time. You see Chris Buescher back down on the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Larson's going to have one more shot at it, and it's going to become a cat and mouse game as you get into turn 3. Which direction to go?
Where do you go?
Larson up top, all the way up top. Buescher.
He's on the outside. He's in position. He's got it.
And here comes Truex. They're going to close right to the 2 leaders. Coming to the line. Clash together. I believe Buescher.
I think you're right. It's so close. This is going to be a huge win for Buescher. They're excited. I think it's him, Kevin.
That was incredible.
Corey Heim gets spun just past the checkered flag.
Hold on.
Well, let's have a look at the video.
Uh-oh, boys.
Buscher is ahead. Larson is coming. It's like the Kentucky Derby.
Oh,
it's
my
that
God.
close. It's Larson.
Holy cow.
What a finish, boys. Can you believe it?
I
Yes.
cannot.
I can. But what a crush. Oh, man. I hate it for Chris Buscher.
There you see it, 200 laps, 500 miles pit road speed after being out on the racetrack at 190 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour. Pit window for fuel, 44 to 46 laps.
Lee Petty in 1959 in front of a sparse crowd. It's Johnny Beauchamp at the finish line in a photo finish that took 3 days for all available newsreel and still photographs to come in and be decided. Now, 49 years later, who will etch their name in the record books?
DW, in honor of 50 golden years of this great American race, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
Biggity, biggity, biggity. Let's go racing, boys.
200 laps this time by. And for the first time today, Tony Stewart leads the lap. Yesterday's winner in the Nationwide Series race.
Now, I got to just tell you that we found out from a chassis dynos after the 150s, these Toyotas are making a little more power than everybody else. And right now, it looks like they're using it.
Trouble early for the defending champion of the 500, Matt.
Mike, a lap ago, Kevin Harvick keyed his mic and said something seems to be amiss with the motor. I'm not sure what it is. Last time by, he says, I think we're getting ready to blow up.
Car set on the outside of the front row. Now he's in what we call the sucker hole, the middle, and there's no help there.
When you see a car do that, start off the way he did and then fall back, that means you got a real handling issue with that car. You got to get out of that draft and move to the back.
That's Waltrip's blue 55 in the middle, backing up. Kevin Harvick did not pit that time by. He's still out on track, trying to diagnose what could be an engine issue.
It could be, and a lot of time these cars will get in all these in these packs of cars. The front end will buff around a little.
Kyle Busch in the 18 with Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, not far behind. They have come out with the lead after the cycle of pit stops, but I know we kind of keep hammering on this guy, but remember, this is one of the first pit stops that Sam Hornish in that 77 made. Great pit stop, maintained pit road speed, and he's right back out there in the top 5, 6, or 7 right now.
I'll tell you something else I just noticed, the average speed. We're averaging 182 miles an hour here, boys. It's getting it done.
Chose not to pit, and Reed has lost the lead.
I think he's probably regretting that about now. Wow, tires make such a difference, even just a couple, 3 laps. Great race car down here, and he led a lot of laps. Got caught up in a wreck with Tony Stewart, but nonetheless, they got a good package for here, seems like.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. running in 13.
Turn 4 now, guys. As these drivers come off turn 4, start to look down this little straightaway here, headed for the trial. Well, watch this. Where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go? I can't. Oh, there they are.
And what makes it even a more disadvantage, the spotters.
A little bit slick in and off.
The spotters are right above us. The spotter really can't help you coming off turn 4 because they're coming straight at you.
Several of the teams told us they place a second spotter up in turn 4 for that reason.
Now, if you've anticipated that, and I love that word because that's what racing's all about, you've got a little extra tape on that windshield for this period of the race.
Big move down the inside. Boy, Jeff Gordon got a run. Kurt Busch trying to push him up there with Newman.
Jeff Gordon was the rock between two hard places right there.
The meat between the Penske sandwich.
Son, got to tell you, it's going to be hard to get by that Toyota, the way that thing runs.
But I tell you, Greg Biffle in that 16 car, he has been trying to push his teammate, Matt Kenseth, to the lead, and he'll take it down the back straightaway. A Ford has not led. Look at Kurt Busch in the 2 car all the way into the infield grass.
If Kenseth can hold it around to the line at lap 107, 7 laps past halfway, a Ford will lead the 500 for the first time today.
And we've all said all week long, for most part, what's wrong with those cars, but I don't think it must be anything wrong with them the way they're running right now. They just need a long way to get going.
Oh, car 2 got into the back of Earnhardt Jr. Now, Denny Hamlin was right in the middle of that. Here's what he saw.
Still outside, still there.
Oh, that's what happened. Dale Jr. moved over, and here comes kind of back
in 28th position.
Greg Biffle in a Roush Fenway Ford, who has a July victory here in the Sprint Cup Series. Out in front of Kyle Busch and Tony Stewart. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Biffle's teammate Matt Kenseth 5th.
I believe we'll see some new players too.
Picking up on the last lap. 9 of the top 20 drivers just ran their individual fastest lap of this race so far.
Trouble off turn 4 here. We got a big one.
David Reagan hard into the wall in that AAA car.
We got about 5 or 6 cars that went down pit road, and I don't know, Matt Kenseth has some damage, but that's amazing if we only have 2 cars with damage. Almost looked like that he had no control over the car going up there. It looks like it was just in a slide up there to some degree.
Kenseth has gone to the garage.
That's just, this is just so typical.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. brings him off turn 4 and back to the line. 33 laps to go.
Standing right now.
Tell you what, I don't have many nerves left, and they're starting to get on top of all those now.
John Andretti's back in the race. Jeff Gordon back in the race. 11 laps down. Matt Kenseth has come out of the garage 5 laps down. Here they come after Earnhardt.
And there goes Kyle Busch in an 18 car up the middle with help from Ryan Newman in the 12. He wants to lead back.
Oh, he's going to come to the front, Larry. There's no question about that.
David Reagan was checked over at the infield care center and released after crashing to bring out that caution at lap 162. He's okay.
That 3 wide off turn 2, yeah, it's plenty wide enough. Look at Kyle Busch. Just go to the outside.
Boy, that was a power move. There's moves and there's bold moves. That was a bold move.
He just puts it wherever he has to, man. Just give me a, like I said, if he sees a half a car, a half a hole, he puts the rest of it in there.
We have got business picking up all over the place.
This looks like the start of the race.
But speaking of bold moves, look at Tony Stewart in his 20 car. He got a push by Greg Biffle. He'll lead that lap.
I hear thunder. I hear thunder. I think there's a storm brewing, boys. I hear thunder.
It's not Garth Brooks either.
No.
Thunder rolls, but Stewart just led for the second time today.
Now they're catching Matt Kenseth in the 17 car that's back out on the racetrack. We're riding with Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting that push from Casey Kane, the Budweiser car.
Boy, Junior and Tony Stewart, now they love. Oh, Tony goes up the hill.
He got him loose, Darryl.
Got him loose right under him, got up under him and sent him up the hill. He'll pull back over here. I'll help you out, buddy. I'm sorry.
Play nice, boys.
But look at Earnhardt Jr. use that side draft off Matt Kenseth, a slower car.
Kenseth gets way out of the way.
I don't blame him.
Stewart wants the lead back.
That's
and I think Dale owed him
serious stuff.
We have had 35 lead changes, but that's at the start-finish line. That doesn't count all the western way around this 2.5-mile track. Oh, look, Reed Sorensen, I believe. No, Casey Kane in the 9 sideways on the back straightaway.
Where the heck was he going, Larry?
Well, he just got shuffled out of the deck, Darryl.
But you can recover so nicely with this car.
Oh, Elliott Sadler got into the side of Sam Hornish, 77. Everybody straightens up, though.
This gives a whole new meaning to bobbing and weaving, I can tell you.
75,000 plus came here to see today.
This is what we knew we would see. Trust me, as David Hill, our boss, said, we will remember this race.
Stewart Earnhardt, NASCAR's favorite drafting duo at the restrictor plate tracks. They're out in front.
Oh, there they go, off a 2, off a 2.
Jimmy Johnson goes around Martin Truex. Johnson had been stuck in the middle coming by the start-finish line, what we call the sucker hole, and backing up. And he got turned around coming off turn 2 to bring out the 4th caution flag of this Daytona 500.
We want to help each other, try to take advantage of my teammate here. But Tony's already said, I can't go where you can go.
Ryan Newman just cannot make that car wide enough in the 12. Jeff Burton in the 31. He's going to take the lead through turn 2.
Kyle Busch
to the bottom,
right
to the
behind
top.
Biffle. Stewart is with him. Teammates ganging up as we come down to 10 to go. 4 wide. Good grief.
There
Look
comes
at that.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 car.
I mean, it looks like a traffic jam. Oh, Mo, Blaney's up the hill. Blaney's in trouble.
And in the wall off Mark Martin.
Took Martin with him.
Caution.
Golly gee.
Dave Blaney, who has Toyota's best finish in Sprint Cup racing.
Dadgum, boys, we're in a tight place.
Got up in the fence and got smacked.
But Montoya was in the middle, really going backwards. Actually, he got a bump from Kevin Harvick in the 29, and that sent him up the racetrack. That's who we're riding with.
Right, it was Harvick, not Montoya, that put Blaney in harm's way. Denny Hamlin got a piece of that. Just a big report.
Here he is running 7th and a shot at winning this thing.
In a rearview mirror full of Dale Earnhardt Jr., 7 to go.
Roger Penske has won 14 Indianapolis 500s, never the Daytona 500, but he has 2 cars in the top 10 right now, Newman and Kurt Busch.
And Ryan Newman, he didn't even put up a fight. He just said, this cat's coming, I better get out of his way.
All Jeff Burton can do is protect the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, we're car in the wall.
Right here in front of you.
It's the 5 car.
Casey Mears.
He got a little tap going into 1.
Up in the wall, caution.
Dadgum.
For the 3rd time in 10 laps, the caution waves.
And we had 2 cautions in the first 160 laps. Now we've had 5 in about the last 25 laps.
Yeah, this is...
The right side's down on the young driver from Bakersfield, California, whose uncle Rick won the Indy 500 4 times, whose dad Roger raced at Indy and was a great off-road star.
Garage, guys.
That is a
Tap down this big TV. She's going to go for a ride.
Here we come. White flag. Bail lap. 1 to go.
Woohoo! Stewart's got a great car, no question about that. It's just a matter of if Kurt can get a little help.
And Ryan jumped to the high side. Tony Stewart blocks him. Here comes Kyle Busch on the bottom.
Uh-oh, Toyota drag race down the back. Toyota drag race.
Teammates.
Newman was trying to get help from the other blue Dodge. Now he's got it. Toyota on the inside lane. Dodge on the outside lane. Who's going to win it?
It's going to come all the way to the wire. Here they go into turn 3.
Teammates working together. 2018, 212. 12 is going to win this race. I don't believe they can catch him back to the line.
He's going to have to make it wide,
Pedal, baby,
He's going
pedal.
to have to make it wide.
It's the Boilermaker, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, Roger Penske win the Daytona 500.
Way to go, guys. Way to go.
Roger Penske's first restrictor plate win and his first 1-2 finish.
And done it in style, man. 1-2.
Hello, Newman.
Look at this.
This bunch has not been
great
to victory lane since
Ryan,
2005.
He is. I have to give him credit on that one.
It is the 125th try for Penske Racing South
Bud, great job.
to win a restrictor plate race. They've done it.
You know what I really like? And that tells you how good this race car is. They didn't wreck.
No.
They laid all over each other and they tried, but they did not wreck.
In this group, they have not been to victory lane since 2005.
Away from Bobby Labonte as he pulled alongside. Tears of joy. That's Ryan's wife, Chrissy.
Oh, man, I love it. Oh, my gosh. He said
And you know who I'm happy for? They put Roy McCauley over here with Ryan Newman. Roy was Kurt Busch's crew chief last year. His wife, Amy, took sick with cancer. He took a leave of absence. Here he is, the winning Daytona 500 crew chief.
Now, buddy, that'll warm your heart up. I can hear it tell you. He's a sweet guy.
The Penske number 12 is the fourth Dodge to visit victory lane in the Daytona 500, and Dick Berggren is there to greet the 32nd different winner of the Great American Race.
Ryan, it's been more than 2 years since you've been to victory lane, and here you are at victory lane in the biggest race of the year. How'd you do it?
With Kurt Busch and Penske Racing. I mean, without Kurt, there was no way possible. I got to thank him. He could have made it 3 wide, and he was the best teammate ever there. And thank him. Our Altel Dodge was awesome. I got to thank Mobile Kodak. Get all the sponsors in before I forget. But just a great effort. My dad's spotting for me. My grandpa upstairs. Just so many great people here. My grandmother's here today. These guys on the team, they deserve it for sure. And Roger Penske, the organization, they're celebrating back here in Mooresville.
You've had several minutes since the drop of that checkered flag to think things over. What has gone through your mind in those several minutes? That is Dad.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Right there.
Dad in tears. Chrissy was in tears. What a moment.
Yeah, it's awesome. My wife, Chrissy, my dad's here, and just all the great people. I mean, we're a family, and getting this Altel Dodge in victory lane was awesome. And, again, couldn't have done it without Kurt Busch. Tony blocked me hard. Thankfully, he thought he had Kyle to help push him, and when Kurt pushed me, man, we just stuck together, and it was just awesome.
Congratulations.
So close. Kind of outweighs everything else right now. Is that true?
That's probably a pretty good guess, Krista. I mean, I don't think too many people will go take the white flag and like finishing third, but proud of our guys. I mean, we tried to win the Daytona 500, so that's all I can say.
Second in the Bud Shootout, second in the duel, second in the nationwide race.
To the back, to the front, to the back, speeding on pit road, and then a dramatic finish.
This was unbelievable. You know, we just kept our head down. We had a car that was capable of a top 10, but it was going to be tough to break through and win. And at least we finished second and pushed a teammate to a win. I felt emotional crossing the start-finish line, having a Penske 1-2, to see Newman break his drought and to drive into victory lane. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the small part of helping him win. And for us to finish second, no worries. You know, we didn't have a car I didn't think to win. And so the Altel team did great. Our Miller Lite Dodge team did excellent to come back from 43rd a couple times. And this was a great Daytona 500 for Penske Racing.
Now, when you back it up a little later on tonight and you watch it back in your motorhome or at home, and you watch the final lap and a half, can you give us your perspective of what it was like in the cockpit seeing the whole chess match unfold?
You know, I had the 9 behind us, the 41 behind us. The Dodges were up top. The 19 was there as well. And if Newman stayed on the bottom to go with the 20, I believe the Miller Lite Dodge could have won.
Well, Kyle, you had a fabulous race car. Talk about what happened on the last restart.
Well, those guys lag back, and that's normally not allowed. So I don't know what the protocol is on that stuff, but I tried to get back there a little bit more to get back with them, and they just had a head of steam coming, and I pulled down low to go around to 31, and luckily I didn't get busted for going below the yellow line because I got forced down there, and just kept my foot in it. Casey came with me there and helped me out and propelled us up to the fourth place finish that we got. And there on that last lap, Stewart had a chance to go high to block the 12 and the 2, but they just had such a big run. I think he knew it was going to be a waste of time, but he stayed down there with us to try to get us to get together in order to push up through there, but I just didn't have big enough help from behind there with Casey to get up to there.
Good job, Kyle.
Thanks.
And a driver who is down here pretty much all smiles is Reed Sorensen. You had a great car really all of Speed Week to finish 5th in the Daytona 500, the 50th running. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. It's not quite a win, but it feels pretty close. Everybody on the Target team, including the guys back at the shop, have done a great job getting these new cars ready, and it's been good the past 2 weeks. We ran good in the shootout, good in the duels, and ran good tonight, and our strategy was to take it easy there at the beginning and come along there at the end, and that's what we did. And luckily we got some pushes from some of the Dodge guys out there, helped us out, and I'm just real proud of everybody on the team, and definitely excited, and hopefully this gains some momentum to go in the rest of the season.
He started 5th, finished 5th, and made a huge statement for 2000.
Junior, top 10 finish in your first points race with Hendrick Motorsports. Overall, a good Speed Weeks. Talk about tonight.
Yeah, it was. We didn't obviously have enough car there most of the day, but we ran well. I'm real proud of my team, real proud of the effort that we had this week, and I got to thank them because it's been great for me. I've enjoyed this so much, and the crew deserves a lot of credit. The motor guys, the fabricators. We struggled a little bit today, just trying to get good and get great, but we got pretty good near the end of the race. I made a lot of poor choices in where to take my runs and what to do with them. Nobody really wanted to help anybody, and I didn't either. You get runs, you go. So it's just congratulations to Ryan and Penske. Ryan's a hard racer. Surely deserves what he got tonight, and we're pretty proud. We're going to build on this. It's a great finish for us to start the season, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun this year.
See you in California next week.
Yes, sir.